pressure of being behind the camera. When people look at a photographer at work, they often see confidence. A camera held steadily, clear instructions, controlled movements, a sense that everything is under control. But what is not visible is the internal pressure that often comes with being behind the camera. Because photography is not only about capturing images, it is about directing people. And directing people carries a kind of responsibility that is rarely discussed. Every decision a photographer makes affects another human being in real time. Where they stand, how they pose, how they are seen, and sometimes, how they feel about themselves in that moment. This creates a quiet but constant mental load. Because unlike technical settings, human reactions cannot be fully predicted. One instruction might feel natural. Another might feel awkward. A suggestion might work instantly. Or it might completely break the flow of the session. And the photographer has to adjust continuously without losing clarity. This is where decision fatigue begins. In a single shoot, hundreds of micro-decisions are made. Adjusting light, changing angles, choosing when to shoot and when to wait, deciding when to give direction and when to stay silent. Each choice may seem small on its own, but together, they create a heavy cognitive load that builds over time. And while all of this is happening externally, there is also an internal layer. The fear of miscommunication. Because words in photography are not just instructions, they are interpretations. A simple direction like, relax your shoulders, can be received in different ways. It might help, or it might create self-awareness that wasn't there before. A suggestion meant to improve comfort can sometimes increase tension instead, and the photographer has to recognize this quickly, without disrupting the flow of the session. This constant adjustment creates a subtle pressure to communicate clearly, but not too much. To direct confidently, but not rigidly. To lead the session, but still allow space for the subject's natural expression. It is a balance that is learned over time, not taught easily. Another layer of pressure comes from judgment. Photography is a visible craft. Every image is immediately open to interpretation. Even during the shoot itself, photographers are often evaluating their own work in real time. Is the lighting working? Is the expression natural? Is the composition strong enough? And underneath these questions is a quieter one. Is this good enough? This internal evaluation never fully stops. Even experienced photographers feel it. Because photography does not offer immediate certainty. A moment can feel promising in the camera screen, but only reveal its true strength later during review. And that uncertainty stays present during the entire process. There is also something less discussed, emotional responsibility. When you are directing another person, you are not just managing visuals. You are managing an experience. Their comfort, their trust, their sense of safety in the process. Even when everything is professional and respectful, there is still awareness that your direction influences their state of mind. And that awareness adds weight to every interaction. But despite this pressure, many photographers continue because there is also something deeply meaningful in it. When a session works well, it feels like synchronization. The subject becomes more comfortable. The direction becomes smoother. The images begin to feel natural rather than constructed. And in those moments, the pressure transforms into flow. The photographer is no longer overthinking every decision. The process becomes intuitive, almost quiet, almost effortless. But reaching that state requires navigating all the earlier tension, the uncertainty, the responsibility, the decision-making, the internal self-questioning. So behind every calm photograph is often a much less calm process. A process filled with thought, adjustment, and constant awareness. And perhaps that is the part most people never see. Because behind the camera is not just someone taking pictures. It is someone managing emotion, direction, and responsibility at the same time.